और बेटा आज रिजल्ट निकलने वाले थे ना, कैसा हुआ बताओ।
सारा दिन मोबाइल में बैठा रहता है, पढ़ाई तो करनी ही नहीं है तुम्हें।
ये क्या पढ़ाई हुई? ये करने भेजा था ट्यूशन?
Not using your full potential.
नंबर दोगे तब तो पढ़ाई होगी। ट्यूशन के नाम पे घूमने जाते हो क्या?
स्कूल का टेंशन, सबका अटेंशन, दोस्त हो या अंकल करते हैं मेंशन। Can do better, can do better, can do better, can do better, can do better। सब पढ़ना असलियत को मोड़ के आजा बेटा सबको पढ़ाते हैं। बस पढ़ना नहीं, 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 समझना भी है, सिर्फ समझना नहीं बरतना भी है। पढ़ने का मतलब सिर्फ रटना नहीं, रटे बिना मार्क्स लाना भी है। विल डू बेटर अब करते हैं, सारी जिम्मेदारी हम लेते हैं। कुछ बेटर नहीं अब बनोगे बेस्ट, फुल गारंटी हम देते हैं। आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा खुद को पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ करके दिखाते हैं। आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा खुद को पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ करके दिखाते हैं। आजा मिलके मचाते हैं।
तब तो पढ़ाई होगी। ट्यूशन के नाम पे घूमते रहते हो क्या?
Hi guys, this is your master teacher Surabhi. How are you all doing today? So welcome to today's session, a very super interesting session where we are going to start and finish the chapter of understanding laws, that is a new chapter of your civics. So देखते हैं आज कौन कौन टाइम पे आया है। Hi स्मिता, hi रावण, hi अंशिका, hi नुपुर, hi आरुषि, hi स्मिता, hi सर्विष्ठा, hi साकेत, hi अदिति, of course, hi Chaitanya, hi Suhani, hi Manoj, hi Diya, hi Smita, hi Madhulika, hi Rohit. Hi guys, welcome to the class. Welcome all of you. Of course, I remember you, Smita. Guys, I have started remembering all your names, especially students who are regular, in my class and who are so amazing and polite on the comment section. Of course, I remember your name. क्या आप 6th स्टैंडर्ड को पढ़ाते हो? हाँ सोनाक्षी, आई टीच 6th स्टैंडर्ड बट नॉट एट द यंग वंडर्स चैनल. आई टीच 6th स्टैंडर्ड, 7th स्टैंडर्ड एंड 8th स्टैंडर्ड on the Vedantu platform, so you can totally join my batch there. Hi Abhinav, hi Akshara, you are new, really great. Welcome to the session. Hi Shalini, hi Jaiho, hi Sakshi, hi Megha, hi Charvi. All right, lots of people here today. Welcome. So guys, are you excited for this chapter? What do you think this chapter is going to be about? Obviously, it's going to be about laws and understanding laws. Ha. All right. Okay. Hi Akshara. Hi Chauhan. All right. 2 Aksharas we have in the class. Doing well. Okay, so guys, welcome. Hi Saloni. I have another Saloni even in my long-term batches. मैम मैं आप अपना फैन ही दिखा रहे थे, वी वर कॉलिंग यू. अच्छा अंशिका. Alright, so guys, before we start with the session today, let's look at how the weekly schedule is going to be like. Today of course is the 11th of August. We have some changed timings as you can see this week. So today, every 11th August, that is Wednesday, we are going to have a session on 1 p.m. 12th August, that's Thursday, we are going to have a session on 3 p.m. And Saturday, that is 14th August, again we are going to have a session on 3 p.m. Sunday, my favorite day, which is a fun day. So instead of terrific Tuesday episodes, we are going to have a Sunday fun day episode where we are going to look at something that we wanted to do last week. But last week, me and Haripriya ma'am did empty square. So this week, we are going to look at a super amazing session called the tragic end of the dodos. Guys, ये वाला session पक्का देखना क्योंकि I have posted a challenge in this session that I feel is like totally gonna blow your mind, right? Okay, now coming back. Guys, ये वाला menti war होगा next on all the chapters of civics that we've done till now. If you want to revise all the chapters that we've done till now, do come for that session also. Right? Yes, of course, the chapter is going to be about laws. Hi Rampal, if you are new, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel of Young Wonders right now so that you can get the notification of all the videos that we post. Guys, subscribe करना बहुत ज़रूरी है because then we will get motivated and also let us know what kind of content you would like for us to post here at Young Wonders. Apart from that, thumbs up दे दो, attendance अभी दिखाओ मुझे thumbs up ठोक कर. Waiting for it. Right, like my nose is blocked, so my voice is like really weird today. Ma'am, when is next menti? Sir, Mishka, if you're talking about the menti war, it is going to be tomorrow. I don't normally Saket. So guys, this 1 p.m. session is going to be for a few weeks and I will soon change it to 3 o'clock again. Don't worry. Hi Anjali, thank you for saying that. So sweet. Okay, acha, 7th standard students are also, I'm so great, you know, that even 6th standard and 7th standard students want to study 8th standard from me. So that's great. Alright. Okay, thank you Nihal. So guys, I hope everyone has given me a thumbs up de diya, attendance thok diya, aage badhe, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and if you like the entire video, if you think it will help your friends, share it with them. Because sharing is caring, hai na? Alright, so let us quickly begin. Before we begin, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, talk to me, ask me doubts, although some of your doubts are very, very funny. Sometimes, you know, I should post a video on what kind of doubts I get because they are super funny. Anyways, so you can follow me on my Instagram page, surabhi.vedantu. You can follow me there and we can have a chat. है ना? साकेत बच्चा मैंने सुन लिया. I will do my best. Don't worry. Hi, just one. Yes, after a long time, you were not even there in the last, I think, long-term session, if I'm not wrong. Alright. Okay, hi Rishika. Rishika, if you are new, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up and then we will begin. Alright, so guys, before I start today's session, today we do not have something called Homework Superstars, but because I didn't really give you a homework last time, but I did ask you a few questions and I told you to put, you know, your comments in the comment section. So let's go and find out what kind of comments I got for that video. And kahan hai bhai? Alright. Okay, let me be Chutanku. And I asked you कि usually in life we focus on what are the things that we are bad at, right? For example, whenever I take a class, I get a feedback form and you know, out of 200 feedbacks that I will get, there'll be only 2 bad feedbacks, like 2 students who will say ma'am was so boring or ma'am was this or ma'am was that, and those 2 comments will make me feel bad. The other 198 comments where the students are loving me, they are showing me all their kindness and love, I will ignore it. And that is what we do in life, right? We tend to ignore all the good things and we focus, you know, we hyper focus on bad things in our life. That is why I asked you guys to write in the comment section of my last video, what is that one thing that you think you are good at, right? Focus on the good. And that's what I want to start. Like, that's the thought I want to start today's session with, right? Anmol, great. So let us see. So Learning Tree is saying that I'm very good at singing. Yeah, Arpita Singh is saying. Rajesh said to study and helping person. Akshita said art and craft. Technical teacher Yash says that I'm really good at running, which is an interesting thing because Yash, if a robber or a murderer ever kind of follows you, of course, I hope it never happens, or the police is following you for some reason, you're like the dawn of the world, then at least you can run away. Then we have Amey who says that he's really good at Rubik Cube, which, you know, he can solve very fast. Charan says, acha, Cole, actually I'll talk about that answer later on. Then we have Suhani who talks about, I am very good at loving myself. which is a very interesting and super amazing thought to have, right? That you know how to love yourself, you know how to take care of yourself. So that's great. Then we have Maithili, who says that she's really good at swimming and good at it as well. She swims every day in a pool behind her house. Nagashri is saying that I'm very good at PowerPoint presentation. So it seems that we've got some amazing comments. Arun is saying I'm really good at singing and swimming, Yuvika, and bad at telling a lie. Wow. So guys, we've got some amazing comments like that. So I would like to thank all of you to, who have sent those comments. All right. That's great. Alright guys, so now that we know, what are the things that you guys are good at, that's the thought I want to begin today's session with. I want you guys to stop focusing on the bad, just like me. I've stopped looking at bad comments, I've stopped looking at bad feedbacks, I've stopped looking at thumbs down, because all of that does not matter. You guys are, you have to feel like you are important, what you're doing is the best, you are the best at what you're doing, and just move on, right? Amazing thought. इस thought से शुरू करें आज का session. For example, I can only see Nihar's comment, no one else's comment, because he's such a complimentary person. This Sunday, Beauty Kumari, it is a surprise. Even I'm not sure if it will be a recorded or a premiere session. I have not decided. All right, Bhavika. I wish I could ignore people. All right. So guys, before we start, let us go over a fun fact. Thank you, Kalpana. And the fun fact is that Popeye is actually based on a real person whose name is Frank Rocky Fiegel. He was a tough local boy, and as you can see, very similar face structure, very similar way in which they're holding their, I don't know, is it a cigar? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think that thing is that Popeye is holding, and what does he do with it exactly? So it's an interesting fact, right? That all our cartoon characters are probably based on someone that we actually know or really exists in the world. Alright. For example, someone once told me that I look like Donald Duck. And I was like, is this a compliment or is this an insult? I will take it as a compliment. Alright. I'm from America, so please speak in English. Guys, don't worry. Even if I do speak in Hindi, I always try to repeat it in English. Yes, I heard the latest BTS song, Permission to Dance. Na 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 na. Anyways, coming back. So today we are going to start with the chapter Understanding Laws. Okay, am I regular according to you? What? Yes, Charlie, of course you're regular. Right. So today we are going to start with a new session of civics. You know what we're going to do? We're going to complete the chapter today. We're going to have menti questions today, and that's it, guys. Chapter khatam, finish, over. Right? So please focus. It's going to be a super important chapter. This chapter, agar samajh nahi aaya, if you don't understand this chapter, you will not understand the next chapter of civics that is based on this chapter. Alright, so I hope you listen to the entire thing very, very carefully. So normally when we say laws, there are basic laws that all of us follow and agree upon, right? For example, you will have to wear your helmet while you're driving a two-wheeler, right? Or for example, you are not allowed to marry when you're 10 years old. These are basic laws that all of us agree to. Or you should not create violence, you should not kill someone, you should not do thievery, you should not be a thief. All of these are laws, right? Now the first question that comes up is, do these laws apply to everyone, even monkeys? No, that is not the question. The question is, do the laws apply to all, citizens of the country? How do these new laws come about? Where, obviously we know that it's the parliament that makes laws, right? Parliament is the legislature or the law-making body that makes laws. But the question is, how do the people in the parliament know what kind of law should we make? Does God come down on earth and tell them, listen, human beings need these laws? So how is it that they get an idea? And finally, we will look at that how some laws are very unpopular. I'm sure you must have seen that sometimes people come on roads and protest against certain laws. So we are going to look at such unpopular and controversial laws as well. So are you excited? Yes? Yes? Alright. Now the first question is, do laws apply to all? So guys, I told you, law is a system of rules that the entire country recognizes. So all of us know that we have to follow certain laws. Following these laws is important so that we live in a civilized society, right? Now in India, we have a concept called, alright, where is my pen? We have a concept called rule of law. Very, very important concept. What does rule of law mean? It means that law is supreme. No one is more supreme or higher than the law. Right? Everyone, even if it is the president of the country, the prime minister of the country, the beggar of a country, Sachin Tendulkar, me, you, all of us have to follow the same laws. Even though, let's say today I am making a law, I am a member of the parliament and I am the government, I make a law that everyone should have red hair. Then even I should have red hair. Right? Because law is supreme. Okay? Law is the most important in our society. We follow this concept called rule of law. Why this concept laya gaya? Why did we bring this concept? Because before independence, we did not have the concept of rule of law. Right? Today, our leaders decided that there should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. That is, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि there's one law only for the rich people and one law only for the poor people. That would be arbitrary. That would have no logic. That is why we brought the concept of rule of law, where every person will be equal before the law. Simple? Yes? Ma'am, what is the meaning of arbitrary? Sanjeevan, arbitrary means today, if I randomly make a law and I say that only Anshika or only Sushil will have to follow this law, no one else. Or, that does not have that does not have any logic. Alright. Next. The concept of rule of law means that these laws are applicable to everyone equally. All of us have to follow this law. No one can be above the law. Even the lawmaker cannot be above the law, right? This means that the law cannot discriminate against anyone on the basis of religion, caste, or gender. And finally, very important, any crime or violation of law has a specific punishment. If you commit theft, then there is 2 years of jail. It does not matter if you are beautiful or ugly, or if you are Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or an alienist. Every crime will have a specific punishment associated with that crime. Just because you are a girl doesn't mean you will get 10 years in jail instead of 2 years in jail. Alright? Simple? Like wearing uniforms in school. Yes, that is also a good uniform law. Alright, now guys, in ancient India, we used to have overlapping local laws. So for example, if you go to a small village in Kerala, there will be different laws. If you go in Uttar Pradesh, there will be different laws. The punishment of a crime would also be different. For example, if you belong to a lower caste, a Shudra caste, and if you committed a crime, you would probably be beaten up badly. But if you belong to an upper caste and you committed the same crime, then the punishment would probably not be so strong, would not be so stringent, right? So the punishment for crime would be different, laws would be different in different parts of the country. That is how it existed in ancient India. However, members of the Constituent Assembly said that we need to have one law and all, rule of law where everyone follows the same law irrespective of how rich or poor or what religion they belong to. There should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. This is arbitrary exercise that only upper castes will not be given punishment and only lower castes will be beaten up badly. And this is arbitrary. We have a fixed law in our country and a fixed punishment for any crime that has been committed. Simple? Gala. Yes? Thank you, Archana. Alright. Now guys, a lot of people say that it is the Britishers who got the concept of rule of law in India. ठीक है? Because it was when the British, again you've done this in history, we have done this in history together, that when the Britishers came to India, they brought the concept of court, you know, court, civil court, criminal court, etc., etc. But Indian historians argue that this claim is wrong. When Britishers were here, we did not have the concept of rule of law because colonial law was arbitrary. Colonial law was not equal. It was not like we had one law for everyone. We had one law for the Britishers, another law for the Indians, right? Their laws were not uniform for everyone. So we cannot say that the Britishers brought rule of law to India. To understand this better, let's take an example. For example, the Britishers brought out a law called the Sedition Act of 1870. This is a perfect example of arbitrary law. I'm sure after this example you will understand what arbitrary means. Now, under this act, a person who is protesting against the British government, कोई भी ऐसा इंसान जो British government के against protest कर रहा है, he can be put in jail without a due trial, right? Without being put, like without so today you can only be put in jail if you are given a chance to prove yourself innocent or guilty in court. आपको एक मौका मिलता है कि आप बोलो कि ये crime मैंने नहीं commit किया, right? You are given a chance to speak out. But under the Britishers, you were given no chance. If the British government thought that, oh, you look like you could protest against the Britishers, you have long hair, you are saying Jai Hind, I will put you into jail. Arbitrary, right? There is no specific procedure. It is arbitrary. So when the British government was ruling us, they passed such arbitrary laws such as the Sedition Act. Yes, due trial means proper trial dena, proper procedural chance dena, giving a chance to someone to prove themselves innocent or guilty in court. Alright? Just one, I hope you're feeling better. Guys, another example of an arbitrary act or arbitrary law that was brought out by the British was called the Roulette Act that was passed on 10th March 1919. According to this, the British government can arrest anyone, even someone who is not protesting against the government, and put them in jail for 2 years without due trial. Right? Again, without being given a chance to prove themselves innocent or guilty in court. A lot of leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, was obviously, they were against the Roulette Act because under the Roulette Act, the British government randomly picked up, people who were protesting against them and put them in jail. Right? Right. Yes. Arbitrary is biased. That is also a good example. Acha, you're scared of the Britishers. Alright, so guys, obviously the Indian nationalists began criticizing this arbitrary use of authority by the British because the Britishers today could randomly say that you look like an anti. So today, you look like an anti-Britisher and I could put you in jail, right? The Indian leaders started fighting for more and more equality. They said we need to have a law where everyone is treated equally. So by the end of the 19th century, a lot of Indian legal professionals, Indian judges, Indian lawyers started demanding respect in the court. They said that what is this? So guys, one of the law, for example, was that an Indian judge cannot try a case where a European is involved. So an Indian judge has the same qualification as a British judge, right? But an Indian judge was not allowed to be a judge in a case where a Britisher was involved, right? So this was biased, right? This was arbitrary. This was not fair. However, our lawyers, our judges बहुत प्रोटेस्ट किया. उन्होंने कहा ये क्या बात हुई, ऐसे थोड़ी ना है, हमने भी तो इतनी पढ़ाई की है, हम भी लॉयर और जज बने हैं सेम पढ़ाई करके, सेम एग्जाम्स पास करके. So we should be also allowed or given a chance, right? So Indian judges began to play a greater role in the decision making. With the adoption of the constitution, laws of the country today, of course, are made by our leaders, by our representatives. Got it? Yes? Alright, now guys, today of course our parliamentarians are making the law, but these laws can be changed with time, and they do change with time. For example, one example of how law changes is the example of Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. Alright, let me change my ink ka pen ka ink. Alright. You've started liking socialism. So guys, Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. जब भी ये word, whenever you see this word amendment, it means change. So initially, we had the Hindu Succession Act, that's it, where it was, where the law was that when the father dies, his property will be given to his sons. Right? But later on society change hui, women started demanding more and more equality. So we brought about a new law. We brought about a change in the previous law, जिसको हमने बोला Hindu Succession Amendment Act. Amendment मतलब original act में एक change लाई. We got a change. And when did we get that change? In 2005. According to this law, sons, daughters and their mothers can get an equal share of the family property. Alright? Alright, the next part is, can you make a full day routine? Bah, Saket, that's an interesting topic. I will maybe take it up. Alright, so guys, the next part is, how do new laws come about? Where do the parliamentarians get an idea that we need a new law on this topic? So guys, people who sit in the parliament are the ones who make laws, and sometimes, most often, it is the citizens who give them idea that we need a law because there's a lot of accidents happening on the road. So we need a law where everyone has to wear a helmet, where everyone has to wear a seatbelt. Right? So voice of the citizen is a crucial element in the making of a law. Apart from that, TV reports, newspapers, radios, local meetings, all of them make it possible for our voice to be heard by those sitting in the parliament. For example, and again we are going to take a very, very interesting example of domestic violence. Alright? What is the meaning of succession? Satya, succession means the line of, for example, if I die, who will get my property? What is the line of succession? Where will it go? Okay? The voice can be heard through social media also. Yes, hi Lakshita, not ignoring, but if I start reading everyone's comments, I can't reach. Alright. Now, what is domestic violence? Now guys, this is an issue that was especially, if you talk to your parents, they will tell you that in the 1980s and 1990s, there were a lot of cases of domestic violence, especially in areas around Delhi. So in areas around Delhi, especially coming from very rich families, a lot of women complained about, suffering, being victims of domestic violence. So what is domestic violence? Domestic means home, right? And violence is, as you know, injury or harm or threat of injury or harm caused by an adult male, usually the husband, against his wife. So we have defined domestic violence as any injury or harm or threat of injury or harm that can be caused by any male member of the family, but usually it is done by a husband on his wife. Right? Now this kind of violence can be physical also, it can be mental also, mental abuse, sexual abuse also, economic abuse where the husband takes away all the money of the wife and probably uses it for whatever he wants. Right? So these are the different kinds of violence that had started, and these cases were on the rise, as I told you, in the late 1980s, 1990s, 2000, in that period. Now a lot of people came together and started fighting for a law protecting women against domestic violence. It was decided that this law was required because today if a wife is beaten up, there is no law that's protecting her rights in the house, right? So an act or a law was brought about in protection of women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 that said that all women in the house, are protected under this act against a male member who is perpetrating the violence. So let it be the father, the brother, the husband, any male member of the family. If he is perpetrating violence against the woman, they can today get protection under this act. This act was passed in 2005 but came into effect in 2006. Alright, so again, this is an example of a law that was brought about because people came together. There was a lot of reporting done in newspapers. आजकल तो पता नहीं न्यूज़ वाले कुछ और ही करने लगे हैं. You know, news channels are no longer doing good news reporting. But there was a time when news channels would do a lot of good reporting, because of which we would get very good laws, right? Alright, so guys, sexual violence is violence done on the body. And verbal violence is when you say something horrible, you know, verbally, through the mouth, you speak something so bad that it is as close to violence. Yes? Alright. Next, and the final part of the chapter is unpopular and controversial law. Now guys, sometimes the parliament will pass a law that is highly unpopular. Recently, there was a law that was passed around a year or 2 years back. And you will tell me in the comment section what is that law according to you that was passed, where a lot of people, even right now, where farmers protested against those laws that the parliament passed. Remember the farm laws. All the farmers came on the road saying that we do not like this law, even though the laws might be constitutionally valid. That means they might not go against any provision of the constitution. Yet, it might be an unpopular law where the people might think that this law has been brought out with the wrong intention. Government कुछ गलत करना चाहते हैं हमारे against, इसीलिए वो लोग ये law लाए हैं. People think that the intention behind passing the law is harmful and unfair. For example, when it came to farm laws, a lot of farmers said कि ये तो गलत है, ये वाले laws are against the welfare of the small farmers. True or not, it's for us to decide, you to decide. But some laws that the government passes or the parliament passes can sometimes not be very popular with the people. Now, let's say you think that ये वाला law सही नहीं है, farm laws अच्छा नहीं है, you know, not even for the farmers, even for us as the citizens of the country. What can you do? You will sleep at home. You will just like watch social media and just chill. No, you will go on the road and you can protest. You can write articles in the newspaper against the law, right? Alright. You can pressurize the parliament to change the law, and that is what did happen, right? A lot of pressure is sometimes put on the parliament so that they can change the law. Alright. Tech Radha, Bacha, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, we've already done that in the last chapter. Yes, we are going to have a menti today. So guys, before we go on to the menti, you know what we do for all of those students who, and guys, this is a very important announcement for those students who want their doubts to be solved during class, especially SST, because I take SST, but for SST, Maths, English and Science, 4 subjects. If you are having a problem with doubt solving, if you want to get notes of each class, if you want to get tests and assignments after every chapter and during your midterms and final exams, if you want to prepare for competitive exams like your NTSA and Olympiad, and finally, if you want to have a schedule that suits you, you know, ये सब आप मुझे बोलते रहते हो मैम 1 बजे क्लास लो 3 बजे क्लास लो, but you want a schedule that suits your school as well as your playtime. Finally, if you want a language, English or Hindi, all your problems are solved right here at Vedantu, where you are given a lot of, you know, live classes. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. We have batches starting for 6th standard, 8th standard, 7th standard. I take SST for all 3 classes on the Vedantu platform. But apart from SST, we have Maths, we have English, we have Physics, we have Chemistry, we have Bio. So 6 subjects are taught to you at the Vedantu platform. New batches are starting on 16th August and 27th September. For the premium batches where there are only 15 students in a batch, you can join that if you are someone who wants personal attention of the teacher, right? So what do you get? One, you get unlimited live classes. That means how many ever live classes you want to join, you can join. And what we do is we take some live class, then we do quizzes, then we take a live class, then we do quizzes. Apart from that, you can compete with students throughout the world, right? All the notes that are, you know, I will show you the platform as well, but all the notes you can download after class. right? You can also watch the replay of a session. कभी कभी हो जाता है कि किसी का बर्थडे आ गया, आप नीचे खेल रहे हो, आपका मन नहीं कर रहा, and you miss out on the class, right? So you can also watch the replay of the session, and watching the replay is not boring because while you're watching the replay, you can do the quizzes and your name can come on top of the leaderboard. Right? Apart from that, all your doubts are solved during class. You get test and assignments during the, just after the chapter and during the midterm exams also. Very important. Throughout the year, we have something called micro courses that continue to go. So these micro courses can be specific courses for your exams, how to write your answer, how to solve specific questions, or the entire chapter is kind of done again in the entire year. So if you are someone who has forgotten Parliament, you want to understand what Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha is, you can enroll yourself for free in these micro courses if you are a part of the Vedantu subscription program. Right? Now guys, आपको क्यों join करना है? क्योंकि Vedantu is giving something that no other company is giving, and that is Vedantu Improvement Promise. जहाँ पर Vedantu is saying that if you join our classes, you will see an improvement in your performance. If you do not see an improvement, then all the money will be returned back to you, no questions asked. Right? So you will obviously have to come to 75% of our classes and do the test and assignments that we give you. Alright. My throat is gone. Alright, so guys, there is a link in the description box below. You click on it, you put the coupon code, very important, SUGPRO, to get an amazing discount on the classes, and as well as, if you want to come to my batch. Alright. Now let me be Chutanku again. So guys, this is my previous video. अगर नहीं देखा तो देख लो. Right? It is about the menti war. If you go down, then in the description box below or in the comment section below, you will find a link that you can click on. अगर आप class 8 में हैं, let's say you are a class 7 student. Let's go to class 7 for a change, and you are a CBSE student. आप उसको दबा दो. नीचे जाओगे तो you will get Pro Lite, Pro Premium and Pro Classic, 3 different programs. Pro Lite is someone, again, all the features that I just told you, live classes, quizzes, tests and assignments, notes, micro courses, all of these are available to you in the Pro Lite program. Now guys, Pro Lite program आप पूरे साल के लिए लोगे तो थोड़ा महंगा है, but if you put in my coupon code SUGPRO, you get an amazing discount, and of course you can join me in my batch. Right? अगर आपको बहुत महंगा लग रहा है तो you can try it for 1 month guys. 1 month का fees comes down to less than, okay, where is my page? So it is 1710 if you use my coupon code SUGPRO. Now if you take all the classes that are available to you on Vedantu, then per class the price comes down even less than 10 rupees. और गाइस 10 रुपए तो आप लेस का पैकेट खरीदने में सोच लेते हो, एंड लेस के पैकेट में लेस भी नहीं होते. इट्स लाइक 2 chips, right? Here you're getting a lot of chips. Apart from that, अगर आप ऐसे स्टूडेंट हो who wants their doubts to be solved even after class, you can try Pro Classic. Again guys, try it for 1 month. I'm not telling you to try it for the entire year. Try it for 1 month, see how you like it. If you like our platform, which is very different from all other platforms, that is available right now, you will love it. Right? Apart from that, Pro Premium, उन students के लिए who would like to have a personal teacher and who only wants like 15 students in a class. Again, try it for 1 month. If you like it, take it for the entire year. Right? As I told you, English, Maths, SST and Science सब कुछ पढ़ाया जाता है. Right? Now guys, this is how the platform looks like. You have a My Calendar page where you will get all the sessions there on your calendar so that you do not miss out on anything. When you go to My Sessions place, of course I have a lot of classes, and ये teachers का platform है, but the students platform also is very similar, where you click on Get Notes and you can get all the notes that are available that we provide. You can solve all the questions again. All the notes that I make, everything is available to you, and it's really helpful during class. Alright? Okay. और आप replay भी देख सकते हो, that I've already shown you. So when you click on the replay, you can watch the entire replay of the session, where again it's super interesting because all your doubts are solved. When you go back, you can see 266 doubts were asked and 265 were solved. I don't know what happened.
Hi, hello. GTG
Right.
means good to go. I know that now.
It is me, obviously, teaching. Let's go back to the session. Ma'am, I'm a class 8 student. You can't, then you can also join. Achha, you're my student only. Great. Alright guys, so very simple. You click on the description below, and once you go to that link, you can put in the coupon code SUGPRO. That will not only give you an amazing discount, but please मेरे बैच में आ जाना, क्योंकि मुझको भी खुशी होती है when I see my YouTube sessions, my YouTube students coming to my batch. Thank you, Vishnu. Alright, so guys, menti code www.menti.com पे जाओ, put in this code 66512319. Quickly. Diksha, I only take 607 standard on the Vedantu channel. What is involvement and enthusiasm? Smita, involvement means if today all the people decide that no matter what law the government pass, हम तो भाई घर बैठ के मस्ती करेंगे. We will not get involved. So there is no point. Now citizens have to get involved. Only then the government will bring out good laws for the citizens. And they have to get involved with enthusiasm. Not like this. Ma'am, please ma'am, bore हो रहा है. ऐसे नहीं, with enthusiasm. Alright. Yes, Anita, you can just go to www.menti.com and then you can start. When will I do chapter 5 of history? One day. Alright, so let me also go to menti.com and be chutanku and refresh the page. Come on, quickly. Can you revise fastly? No, I've done the entire chapter. Alright. And everyone is here. Can we start? Yes? Alright. Justice for Mohan sir and Pritesh sir. Why? What happened to them? Guys, the code is 66512319. Right, I'm doing natural resources in Vedantu. The British had passed dash in 1870. The Sati Act, the Sedition Act, the Simon Act or the Roulette Act. According to this act, if you protested against the British government, you will be put in jail without being given a due trial. Come on. अंशिका मैम, ये ब्रिटिश कोई रूल नहीं मानते थे. यस, जलियांवाला केस इज अ ब्रिलियंट एग्जांपल. Alright guys, it's the Sedition Act. Roulette Act was passed in 1919. Alright, Sedition Act answer sahi tha. Because it was a date question, let us see how many of you are on top. We have Khushi, who's the fastest and on top. Then we have Tom. Then we have Khushbu, Vishnu, Pingu, Prem. हाँ बच्चा, हम आपका नाम काफी सुन लिया. Anshika, Subiksha, Sai and Charvi on top of the leaderboard. Alright, question number 2 in front of you is, guys, I hope all of you are here. The Constitution states that there should be no dash exercise of power, mediatory, illegal, arbitrary or custom. In the Constitution, it is stated that you cannot have this kind of use or exercise of power. Guys, B तो obvious है, Constitution को लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. What is the answer, do you think? Time's up. Alright, so obviously the question was a little confusing. Guys, obviously illegal exercise of power नहीं होना चाहिए. But the Constitution says that there should be no arbitrary, biased use of power. है ना, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज if there is a law, then it is that the law is only for the students of Surabhi Ma'am and no one else, right? Okay, please tell the code. Anita, code is 66512319. But it's fine. Maybe this was a confusing question, maybe not. We have Khushbu as the fastest. Then we have Khushi, Pingu, Charvi, Swanvi, Ishan, Vignesh, Brinda, Subiksha and legend Satyam OP on top of the leaderboard. Alright. Next question is, our law gives special treatment to government officers and wealthy people. False or true? See, I just changed the option so that you get confused. Our law gives special treatment to government persons and wealthy people. Wow, Anshika, great. Misclick hua na? I'm sure a lot of people will misclick on this option. That's why I put false first. Time is up. Guys, it's false. We do not give special treatment to wealthy people. Law is equal for everyone. But I know a lot of people must have misclicked. Alright, the leaderboard is in front of us. And we have Khushi, who's the fastest, but Khushbu is still on top. Then we have Swanvi, Subiksha, Ishan and Mayank. Brinda, Vignesh, Naitik, who's a person of class 7. Anik and Archana on top of the leaderboard. Misclick, haha. That's why, read the options carefully. And final question, question 4. Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005 gives priority to daughter over son. True or false? Come on guys, even I can have a little fun by giving you very difficult options or tricky options. It's not difficult, it's like tricky options. चलो जल्दी. संडे को मenti होगा या नहीं ये तो मुझे अभी तक नहीं पता, but there is a session on the dodos. Time is up. Wow. Guys, no. Amendment. The change was brought in the act so that women, both girls and boys, sons and daughters are given property equally. वापस से misclick हो गया. Alright, the leaderboard is in front of us. And we have Khushbu, who is the fastest. Then we have Ishan, Vignesh, Brinda, Anik, Srinidhi, Swanvi, Aditi, Maitri and Exxon Valdez oil spill on top of the leaderboard. Great. Right, final question of the day is, and I'm very funny now, I know. Only you find me funny, Deep Singh. A law on domestic violence was made in this year, 2001, 2003, 2000 or 2005. Come on. Jaldi. Come on guys, waiting. It came into effect 1 year later in 2006, but it was passed or it was made in the year 2005. Good job guys, that was very good. Whenever I see a lot of students giving me correct answers in a date question, it does make me super happy. Alright, we have Khushbu, but we have, on top and the leader of the leaderboard. So congratulations and let's move on. Okay, before we end, the homework question of the day is in front of you. Jaldi se photo खींच लो and do give me the homework in the comment section below after the session has ended so that your name can come in the homework superstars. And do let me know also how you like the session. Thoda motivation de do guys. Let me know if you are enjoying it. If this is what you're doing in your schools, what is happening. Do let me know anything and everything that's going on in your head. Alright, so guys, that's it for the day. If you like the session, give me a thumbs up. Jaldi se thumbs up kar do. If you're new to the session, subscribe to the channel so that अगले video का notification आपके पास आ जाए. And of course, share it with your friends if this video helped you. Right? 64th place. Alright. Bye bye guys. Have a great day.